everyone, so in today's video I am going to show you how to turn Nicole Silhouette's journal dies or planner dies into a corset spine journal. Now they are designed with the holes down the edges so you can put it into a 6-ring binder, but Wandy Sweets done a video and showed how you can make them into cards. I've shown how you can make them into cards, and also not everybody has the binders, not everybody uses this kind, so if you want to make it into like a journal where you sew the pages in, this is how I do it. So this is applicable to all of the binder dies with the 6 holes like this, and these ones that I'm going to be using today are from the WYSE store. I'll link them all down below, but I know Nicole designs for lots of different stores. I know KS Craft have got their planner dies, Andy's store, or quite a lot actually. I'm trying to think who else she designs for. Anyway, regardless of where you bought them from, this will apply to them. So I'm going to show you how you can make a corset spine journal. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is what I'm aiming towards. As you can see, it's this kind of corset spine. I've just put some charms on the bottom, decorated it on the front. So when you open it up, now I've only put one signature in here just for demonstration purposes, guys, but as you can see, you can fit in more than one signature. You could probably fit in about 3. I've made a little pocket and just used the tag die that comes with the set to put it in. Now this obviously is just really a demonstration one. The colours aren't really matching and things like that, but I just put it together to show you how you could do it. So first of all, let's pop that to the side. So what I've done then, first of all, is you need to cut out the main shape, the main panel die 4 times. Okay, then we're going to stick them together, but what we're going to do first, now I've done this already, let's cover it in glue. I've done this already just to speed this up a bit and so you didn't have to see me, you know, sticking all the wee bits together and stuff. So what you do is you keep 2 of them completely whole as they come out the die, and the other 2 you want to snip off this piece here. So you just take them off with your trimmer or a pair of scissors and cut them off, and then stick the other one. So what you're going to do is the one that's still got the piece attached, that's going to be the front of the cover, and the piece that you've taken off is going to be the back of the cover. Same on both sides. Okay, so that's going to be your cover like so. So the pieces that I've had, these pieces trimmed off, are going to be on the inside. Alright, so we've got nice thick sturdy covers now. These are about 300 GSM each, so it's about 600 GSM, so it's nice and thick. So then what we're going to do is we want a piece of card here to join our journal pages covers together. We're going to fold over this bit here and this bit here where the holes are. Can I get my words out of the day? Okay, just slightly so that you know that they're going to fold in on each other. So I'm going to take, now for the demonstration I'm going to do it in black so it makes it a bit easier for you guys to see. What you want to do is roughly just put them together, try and make sure they're quite even, and if it helps you can actually take a piece of tape at this point, because you won't see it anyway. So just take a little piece of tape, make sure I have it nice and lined up, doesn't have to be perfect, and then just pop a piece of tape up the spine like so. It's just to help you so that it doesn't keep moving. Then what we're going to do is take our card, like I said I'm using black for demonstration purposes here, and you just want to put it almost to the top here, just leaving a little space, and then taking it up to your crease line here, take my pen and I'm going to mark it at the crease line at this side, okay, like that, and then pull it out a little bit so you can see the bottom, and I'm going to mark it here. So effectively what we're doing is just cutting ourselves a little strip of card. And you'll see that in 2 seconds. Okay. So we've ended up with this strip here. I'm not going to give measurements because a lot of the dies will be different sizes. So we have a strip and that's going to go right over here like that. Okay, so I'm going to use wet glue here because I want it to be nice and strong. But you could use like your red liner tape and things like that, but I just want it to be wet glue, so it gives me some wiggle time as well to move it around if I don't get it in the right place. And I'm just going to stick that down, making sure I don't cover up the crease lines at both sides so that the book will still close, and then just giving that a good press down, giving the glue a chance to adhere. Now obviously I've done this in white card. You can do it in your patterned card, you can do it in your what do you call it, your gold and silver shiny cards. You can do it in any nice card, your favourite cards, any card that you like. So you can see I'm just checking to make sure that my book is going to close, which it is. I'm going to turn it over and just make sure that it is stuck down. Okay, which it is. So that gives us our basic cover. Now it's good and sturdy. Like I said, it's 600 GSM. If you want to make it thicker, just add another layer, maybe do it 3 times, or use thicker card. And there is the spine. So what I'm going to do now, I'm taking my big bite too, but you can just use a hole punch, and I'm just going to punch through each of the holes, and this will give me my holes that I can put my ribbon through to make it into a corset. So super easy. Same on this side. You could imagine this done in your beautiful vintage papers, floral papers. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so we have our holes. Now I'm going to take a piece of ribbon. I'll just take some of this blue ribbon just for demonstration purposes. I've got this navy blue, which just came unravelled. Okay, and I'm going to take, you don't need too much, I would say 1, 2, 3 times the book, just to make sure that you've got enough. Okay, that should be more than enough. Let me just take a wee bit of tape and stick that down. Okay, so what we're going to do now, if you want this, at this stage you can decide. Now if you want your dangles to be at the bottom of your book, you're going to start from the top and thread down. If you want to put some charms at the top, you're going to start at the bottom and thread up. Just because it's a corset, I like to do it down the way. So I start from the back. Okay, so just put both ends of your ribbon in from the back. Okay, like that, and just sort of make sure that your ends are quite even, and then you're just going to do it up like you're doing a pair of laces. So from right over to left, and from left over to right, and the same, just keep feeding it through diagonally. Okay, and you can see you've got your first cross, then down to the next one. I love the effect of this, it's so nice. Like I said, you could even use all your printed ribbons and or use lace, which would look really pretty. Just make sure it's not too twisted. Like that. And finally through the bottom too. Okay, so there you can see you've got the beautiful corset effect. And then in the inside you're just going to give it a little tie. I just do 2 little knots like that to make it nice and neat, and then leave your dangles at the bottom to attach your charms. And I'm just going to, so there we go. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Then what you want to do is to attach your pages. Now what you're going to need, I'm going to do this in black again just to show you. This is an A4 sheety card, so I think it's American letter size they call it. It's slightly smaller, but it's just the same because you're going to cut it down anyway. What you want to do is underneath, just underneath this die cut piece, I'm going to put my card down, okay, making sure that it's equal on both sides. Then where my spine is, where my crease line is at the spine, I am going to crease my card. Okay, so nice and easy. Use your bone folder just to reinforce it. So there you see we have this. Then I'm going to place it down, keeping it in place where my crease is, you can see. Then what I'm going to do is crease it on the other side, exact same way, right down where my crease is for the flip in my book, like that. So let me just, so now basically what we've made is like another little book shape. Let me just make sure it's going to fit, and if it doesn't you can trim it down slightly, but it should. Now what I want to do then is put it back. This one is actually slightly out. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller just so it doesn't overlap so much on my book, and just use my bone folder. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to measure pop it to there, roughly the same height as the piece underneath. Take it to about there. In fact, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. What am I talking about, Sam? You have to take it here. Just leave a little, just a little, maybe 1/8 of an inch underneath your die cut piece. Take a pen, and then at the bottom here you can see where the die cutting starts, where the ornate part starts. You just want to go again about 1/8 above there, and then we're going to trim that piece off. Oops. Okay. Now let's check it. We've got our little book piece, and you can see this piece is slightly longer, so I think I'm going to have to trim it again. Let me just make sure that's going to fit in there, which it is. It's going to go to there, which it is. Yeah, that's going to need slightly trimmed, just a little bit. And you'll be able to see it by eye yourself where you need to trim it about. So I'll pop that in there. Yeah, that's going to be a lot better. That's going to be much better. So now, what you want to do is take your pages that you're going to have inside your journal. So this can be your coffee dyed papers, it can be your beautiful printed kits that you maybe get from Etsy, your just any beautiful papers that you have inside, your guest checks, anything like that, any normal papers that you would usually put inside a journal. But for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to grab here any paper that I have in my drawer. 2 seconds. Okay, so I've just pulled out some of this baby blue paper. So how you're going to do it then, once you've got all your signature pages together, you're going to line it up, just leaving a little border around your, what do you call it, spine piece. And again, just cut it off. Now you might still need to trim this down later, but we'll see. Okay, now I'm only doing one signature here just to show you, but obviously however many signatures you have, you just repeat this same process. So I've just folded that in half, just using my bone folder. So okay, now you can see that is going to be too big, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take about 1 inch off of that. So it'll be a bit of trial and error there, guys, because this is only the second time I've made this, so apologise for that, but that's what crafting's all about. Okay, so what we're going to do then, now I'm just going to pop this roughly about there, so there is still enough space, you can see, for like another 2 maybe signatures, but just for this demonstration I'm just going to pop in 1. Okay, I'm just lining it up where I would want it, and then I'm going to clip it down, and I'm just going to use my pokey tool, put 1 hole at the bottom, 1 in the middle, and 1 about 1 inch from the top here. Now at this stage you can absolutely use any binding stitch that you want, I just always use the same one. So I've got a needle here. I am going to take some of this wax cord. Again, none of this is matching, but it is really just for the demonstration. Okay, so this is just the basics. You would absolutely adjust it to your colour scheme, your papers, your ribbons, your laces, whatever you're using. So then I would go in from the back at the top, down through the bottom, in through the middle, like that. And then turn it back over and rethread this side and pop this through the middle as well, like that. Okay, make sure you have one string on one side of the centre piece and one side on the other, and then just tie a couple of knots. Okay, and that is, you have bound that signature into the book. Okay, if I turn it that way, like I said, you can see I would have enough space for another 2 signatures to get put in there. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the main cover and we're going to attach this onto here, and it's super easy. All we're going to do is glue up to the spine. I'm just using my wet glue, but you can use your red liner tape or double-sided tape, whichever you prefer. And then I'm just going to line it up. I hope if I had it the right way. Here. Is that the right way? No, it's that way. It's this way. Sorry, I've done the back page first. Oh, 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about that. Post mum's at the door. Okay, so let's go back to this. So you're just lining it up here, and then make sure your tails are sticking at the bottom, and just stick it down like that. Okay, same with this side. Wet glue, all the way around like that, and just stick it to. So essentially what you're making is this open spine. I can't remember what they call it, but it's like not connected. So just press this down, try and make sure it's nice and even, giving your glue a chance to stick. And then you can see here you have your first signature with all, that's still not dry, push that down, let it a chance to dry, but you've got all your pages in this one. And then I would have, let's make sure that's sticking glue in there, I would have another 2 signatures in here. Okay, so that is your basics. Isn't that cool? And then you've got your beautiful corset spine on there. You open it up and you've got your lovely ornate journal, and then you can put your charms on the bottom here. Now in the inside, let's give that a wee chance to dry. You should let it dry in between each stage, but just because we're rushing through. In here, in the actual die set, you get 2 matte and layering dies. Okay, and they're beautiful, they've got the stitching on them. So you can just go ahead and let's just go for white again. We'll quickly die cut this out just so I can show you. Okay, bring in the die cut machine. Let's just cut this out. Okay. So here you can see it's cut this beautiful panel with the stitching on it. It's gorgeous. And that is just going to go on the inside here. Again, just imagine this in your beautiful papers, all your favourite cards. It'd be stunning, decorated up with your laces and things. It'd be absolutely beautiful. I'm going to pop that there. Again, this gives some more weight to the cover as well, and repeat that on the back cover. And then what you can do is take your die again, cut it out again, and then cut it in half so that you've got the beautiful stitch in here. And I'm going to use this to make a pocket. So I'm just gluing up that side, the bottom side, and here. And you can do this on the front and the back. This is just, obviously this, I keep saying it, but this doesn't match, but I am just doing it to show you. And then, like I said, in this book, you've got your beautiful tag that comes with a set that you can make to use little journaling cards. You could put this on the front and make it in a panel for This Book Belongs To and things. But yeah, that's basically how you put it together. So you can see, if this was all decorated in your beautiful colours, you'd have your nice pocket, you would have your 3 signatures in here, you could have another panel and another pocket on the back, then decorate it all up on the front. But that is just the basic tutorial of how to make this little corset journal. And like I said, these apply to all the 6 whole journal dies. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. If you've got any questions at all, just ask them in the comments box. I'll be more than happy to answer them if I can. Please hit me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.